It was Sabbath. The rhythms of the Sabbath continued, the prayers, the stillness, the rituals, but their hearts were shattered. A deep sorrow, the kind of sorrow that makes it hard to breathe. How do you rest when everything you believed in, everything you thought was true seems to be gone? I imagine some of Jesus' followers replaying moments during their time with Jesus in their minds, his words, his parables, the miracles, searching for some kind of explanation, for some way to make sense of this. What did we miss? How could this have happened? It doesn't really make sense to us. Try to imagine. Track with me here. Have you ever gotten a message that simply said, "We need to talk"? Immediately, your heart starts racing. Your first reply, "Is it bad?" And then comes the answer, "No, well, sort of, but we can't talk right now." That sinking feeling. I'm aware that this is maybe a silly example, but notice that there's a visceral reaction. His followers didn't know what would happen the next day. They just knew what was right in front of them: devastation and uncertainty. There would be no rest today. Some of us know this feeling all too well. A prayer we've prayed for years with no real apparent answer. A disappointment we've tried to move past. A loss that still lingers. A moment when we thought God would act, but he didn't. At least not in a way that we expected. Maybe you've learned to forget it. Maybe you've done a decent job at rationalizing it away. Perhaps you even think you are protecting God from your disappointment or your sorrow. Holy Saturday asks us to sit in the discomfort of the unknown. You know that feeling when you know something must be done, but you feel powerless in the matter? To name what feels unfinished, to acknowledge what has yet to be restored, and to let our questions exist without rushing to tie them up with cheap or easy answers. Take a moment. What in your life still feels unanswered? What are you still waiting on God to do, to act on? What sorrow have you tried to ignore? Bring it before God. Not with easy prayers, but with honesty. And take a moment. Sit in this space without rushing. No resolutions, just waiting in the silence. Now, ask Jesus if he ever felt this same thing, what you are feeling when he lived and moved in his earthly life.